You can't even imagine what architectural wonders some birds can create. Immersing yourself in a world where every twig matters, you'll discover that some nests are capable of withstanding even a hurricane. These are not just birdhouses, but real fortresses and palaces. These stories are about the creations of birds, the sociable weavers. Inhabiting the Kalahari Desert area, spanning across South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia, these birds are known for their impressive nests. They create huge, elaborate collective dwellings, which are considered the largest on the planet. Instead of building individual shelters for themselves, they erect one large nest for the entire colony. Over 100 individuals can live in these nests, and some have been in use for more than a century. The nest of sociable weavers resembles a beehive. Each chamber has a small entrance for a single bird. The diameter of the chambers varies from 10 to 20 centimeters. These birds use plants, leaves, and other materials to construct their nests, which can weigh up to several kilograms. These impressive structures are a testament to the ingenuity and cooperation of these birds. Their nests provide shelter, protection, and a sense of community for their entire colony. cm in diameter, and there can be up to 100 of them in one area. These cells play an important role in the survival of birds during harsh desert conditions. In winter, when temperatures drop sharply, birds gather in central areas that are better insulated and keep warm. In summer, they prefer external areas where it is cooler. Some nests can be so large and heavy that they cause trees to fall, causing damage to the environment. The cactus glandular dwarf owl is a small bird that lives in the desert environment of southern Arizona, the southwestern United States, and northwestern Mexico. It prefers to live at an altitude below 100-200 meters. This little owl is small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, and it has a beautiful appearance. It is adapted to living in the desert using cacti as nesting places, usually in holes in cacti. Woodpeckers create these holes in advance, making it easier for owls to find food. Cactus glands are used by the owl to help it survive in this environment. Owls are known to spend the night in the iron tree of Acacia saguaro and organ pipe cacti. These birds are endangered due to loss of habitat. The edible nests of swiftlets are an amazing creation of nature. Living in Southeast Asia, these birds build their nests from frozen saliva, which gives them a white color and opaque structure. The diameter of the nest is about 6 centimeters, and it is located in rock caves near the shore. Edible nests use a simple form of echolocation, similar to bats, to navigate dark caves and find food. Despite their uniqueness, edible nests have become a popular delicacy in China, used to make bird's nest soup. However, concerns have arisen regarding overfishing of these nests. Bird nest dealers have started to grow and breed swiftlets to address this issue. Swift nests in their homes allow them to choose the best nest for sale, as the risk of using domestic nests is much lower. The little-known mowbird lives exclusively on the island of Sulawesi, attracting attention with its unusual ways of reproduction. Instead of building a nest, this bird buries eggs in the volcanic sand of the island, heated by geothermal sources, which provide the necessary heat for the development of the embryos. It is provided by the soil, not by the bird's body. Moreover, immediately after birth, the chicks break through the sand like sea turtles and already know how to fly. Today, the number of mowbirds is only about 10,000, and urgent conservation measures are needed to save this species. One reason for the population decline is the hunting of local residents for mow eggs, which are 5 times larger than chicken eggs and rich in nutrients. Squirrel booty lives in the western part of North America. This area is known for the construction of unique hanging nests that resemble pouches. The basis of these structures is made up of cobwebs and moss, and the finished nest can hang at a distance of up to a foot from the attachment point. The nest construction process can take a long time, sometimes a whole month or even longer. To achieve the desired effect, adult birds sit inside the structure, weighing it down with their own weight. Then, The outside of the nest is insulated with materials like feathers, wool, and plant fibers, as well as masked with pieces of plants. Before the start of construction, the squirrels explore suitable places and hang on a shrubby amelie or other vegetation. The Baja weaver, sometimes called the king of bird builders, demonstrates outstanding abilities in creating nests used not only for housing, but also to attract partners. During the breeding season, the males carefully study each nest. They choose the one they like best. Interestingly, studies have shown that the location of the nest is more important than its design. The nest has a peculiar shape, resembling a sock with a central chamber and a vertical tube leading to a second entrance. Long strips of rice straw serve as the main material for construction. Leaves, grass, and palm branches are used to collect all the necessary components. After collecting materials, the male makes up to 500 trips. Then, painstaking work begins to create a complex structure. Bioweavers live in the Indian subcontinent of East Asia. They move in large flocks and make exciting aerial maneuvers. The black swift is one of the most mysterious birds in America. These birds prefer to build their nests in hard-to-reach places, such as behind waterfalls. Because of this, not much information has been collected about them. In the canyons of western Brazil, these birds have been a mystery. Scientists have long suspected that they spend the winter in North America, but they did not know exactly where. Thanks to geolocation, this mystery is finally revealed. The birds create complex and spectacular nesting sites that attract potential partners. These structures are not only impressive with their architecture, but they are also decorated with various bright elements such as flowers, shiny beetle shells, or berries. For example, a satin bird prefers blue decor, and the older the bird, the more blue accessories it adds to its structure. Building nests requires a lot of effort, but according to a study, 75% of females only visit one of the nesting sites before mating. There are 20 types of shelter available for these birds, to 8 genera, each with its own idea of the ideal nest. Among them, the great shelter stands out, creating a double-walled structure resembling an alley decorated with white and green objects, and a wolf's lair whose nests are adorned with bright, festive attire. The southern screamer of shades. The southern screamer is a bird that got its name due to its loud and easily recognized cry, which can be heard several kilometers away. These birds inhabit southeastern Peru, northern Bolivia, and Paraguay. In the southern regions of Brazil, Uruguay, and northern Argentina, screamers prefer to settle in wetlands, flooded fields, meadows, swamps, lakes, and the southern lagoon. Screamers build large nests on the ground from reeds, weeds, sticks, and other materials. These nests are located near the nesting site, near the water, but it is difficult to access them. Males and females, who usually form pairs for life, build together. Sand swallows, on the other hand, are unusual and sociable small birds that nest in colonies. The number of pairs can vary from 10 to almost 2,000. Swallows choose natural or artificial shores for their nests. The soil must be loose so that burrows can be dug. These burrows are perpendicular to the ground and are dug about 63.5 centimeters towards the shore. After completion of the work, nests are arranged next to a large open reservoir so that swallows have sufficient access to water. Since most of their diet consists of insects that gather near the water, at the end of a dug hole, a chamber is constructed from a mat of grass, leaves, branches, and feathers. Inside, the female lays 2 to 7 eggs and incubates them. The sand swallow's breeding season lasts from April to August. The ruby-throated hummingbird, a small bird with beautiful feathers, builds a nest from small leaves and animal fur. She spends a lot of time making her home cozy. The male is also involved, monitoring the environment and warning the female of danger. To make the nest warm and soft, the female collects animal fur for several days. She weaves it into a frame, creating a shelter that protects the eggs from predators and the weather. The red ovenbird, the national symbol of Argentina, lives in America and builds multi-story nests. The nests of these birds are made of clay and twigs, and they are designed to protect the birds from predators. Even large mammals have difficulty cracking the shells of these nests. Many birds end up in human hands, but this fried bird has earned its name because the nests of some species resemble primitive pots with lids. The red Aries bird's most distinctive nest is a thick round structure made from pairs of clay, which it builds for about 6 weeks. Unlike most birds, the red Aries thrives in urban habitats and quickly adapts to human presence. As a result, these birds prefer to use artificial structures to protect their young, freeing their sturdy nests for other species. For example, saffron finches use these nests, as do urban and rural swallows. The village swallow gets its name from its habit of building nests under the roofs of buildings, such as barns and stables. The roof of the building serves as both a roof and a nest for the swallows, protection for the nest. The swallow builds its home from lumps of moist earth, which it collects from puddles and rolls into balls. These lumps, shaped like its mouth, are brought in its beak and firmly glued to the wall to fasten. The swallow uses its own saliva to strengthen the structure. It mixes earth with straw stems and horsehair. The nests of urban swallows differ from those of rural swallows in their shape. Urban swallows build a nest in the shape of a ball with a round entrance. An interesting case occurred in 2011 in the UK. Due to a dry spring, it became difficult for swallows to build nests, which threatened their reproduction. The Royal Society for the Protection of Birds called on residents of the country to put containers with liquid clay mass on the street. This helped save the swallow population. Titremes are amazing birds capable of teaching the skill of weaving. Even the most experienced craftsmen and women, their nests are real works of art. In one species, there is a false entrance from above, and the real nest can be accessed through a sticky flap hidden from below. The nests of tits are deliciously woven from a mixture of animal hair, soft plants, and even cobwebs. People throughout history have used them as bags and children's slippers. When tits are not actively engaged in reproduction, they can often be seen sitting on small branches eating their favorite food. Shrubby insect hens are considered to be nest-building birds. This is a structure built on wood, but it is not so. For example, bush chickens build huge nests on the ground. Some of them can reach 45 meters in diameter and 60 centimeters in height. The male bush chicken digs a huge pit and fills it with branches, leaves, and other organic material. After the female lays eggs, the pair adds a thin layer of sand for insulation. Organic substances decompose under the ground. Their heat warms the eggs. The only drawback is that the chicks have to dig out of these huge piles after hatching from eggs. This is a difficult process that can take up to 15 Oropendula Montezuma of the Arapieva's nest. Misleading those who find themselves on a Caribbean island after a shipwreck and experiencing a hungry breeding season, the coastal trees where these birds live are decorated with many nests, ranging from 30 to 40, although on large trees, their number can exceed 100. Each nest is built by different females using sticks and twigs. However, on one tree, there is only one dominant male who consistently mates with each future mother. The females lay 2 eggs at a time, which hatch after 15 days. The chicks leave the nest after another 15. These birds are natural architects, creating dwellings that, according to the laws of physics, should be impossible. Collapse under the onslaught of wind and bad weather, but instead, they withstand any tests, saving their inhabitants from the scorching sun and rain. For some, these houses serve as both food and shelter. Friends, I want to make an interesting offer. You have a unique opportunity to become part of our team. If you have video editing skills, you can voice videos in Russian, English, and other languages, or you can write interesting scripts. We will be glad to work with you. Write to our Telegram bot. The link is in the description. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching.